My dear young friends, congratulations to each one of you. Today marks the culmination of your hard work, perseverance, and dreams. As you stand on the threshold of a new beginning, I want to remind you of a few truths that will guide you in your journey. You know, the path to success is often paved with challenges and obstacles. But with the right mindset and approach, anyone can achieve greatness. I have listed 4 important requisites for this. And I'm very fond of calling them the 4 Ds. Yes, the English alphabet D, 4 Ds. The first requisite for success is to have a great desire. You need to dream. You need to dream big. You know, your founder chairman, Dr. C.T. Abraham, dreamt of building a great school. And when he dreamt about this, he didn't have any money with him. He didn't even have a piece of land. But he dreamt. And see what has happened? Today, your school is rated as one of the best schools in the country. It's all because of the dream of a very humble person. You would have heard about our former president, Abdul Kalam. You know, during his younger days, he was homeless. He used to sleep on pavements. And as a young boy, when he gazed at the star-studded sky, one day he saw an airplane knifing through the clouds in the sky. And he wondered, will it be possible for me to pilot a plane one day? He dreamt of becoming a pilot. Just imagine a small child dreaming big. And you know what happened? He turned out to be the greatest rocket scientist India ever produced and rose to the position of the President of India. All this started with a dream, a burning desire to achieve something extraordinary. Now the question comes, is it enough that you dream big? No. You should have sufficient determination to achieve it. Now, dreaming big is the first step, but you must also possess the unwavering determination to pursue your goals relentlessly. Let me give you an example. I'm sure most of you would have watched yesterday's cricket match, 2020 cricket match between India and England. At one point of time, India was 3 down for 12 runs and later 5 down for 79. And I decided not to watch the match anymore. Later I found that they reached up to 180. I thought, okay, there's a fighting chance. Then the English team started playing, and the way their openers batted, I thought there is no chance. Again, to stop the TV. But then, after a little time, I again looked at my mobile phone and found that they are 6 down. So went back and I saw that incredible match. See, the determination of our players snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. This is what determination can achieve. Determination is what keeps you going when everything goes wrong, everything goes tough. It is that inner drive that pushes you forward even when faced with setbacks and failures. Without determination, dreams will remain simple dreams. Now, will dreaming and having sufficient determination suffice? No. You need to have a disciplined strategy. You need to have a well laid out plan to succeed. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and accomplishments. It involves setting a clear, achievable objective and adhering to a structured approach to reach them. Again, I will give an example. Before taking over as the Chief Secretary of Kerala, I was serving as the Director General of Sports Authority of India in Delhi. And Sports Authority, you must know, is the apex sports body in the country, which trains our elite athletes. And we have stadia all around India. You must have heard about the sports training center in Patiala. Karnataka, Bangalore has a beautiful center. We have centers all over India. Every state capital has a Sai center. And we train our athletes in these training centers. And the training begins sharp at 5 o'clock in the morning. All the athletes and the coaches are expected to be present in the stadium sharp at 5. I thought, let me go and give a surprise check. So one day I drove myself at early morning to the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium in Delhi. And to my astonishment, I found nobody in the badminton court. Went to the nearby volleyball court, again none. Again went to the next table tennis court. 1 or 2 people were putting on their shoes. I was very disappointed and went around, and I knew that, my God, this is what is happening. And I am the Director General of this organization. Then suddenly I heard the cry of a baby. I was thunderstruck. How come a little one can cry at 5 a.m. in the morning? And looked around and I found a person trying to console 2 babies in his hand. He was holding 2 babies. I immediately understood they are twins. They must have been hardly 4 months old. 2 small little ones. He was holding in both hands and trying to console. Fathers can't console little ones. That is the job of the mother. And I was surprised and asked him, where is the mother? So then he pointed his finger to the boxing ring, and I saw a diminutive lady, 5 feet, maximum 5 feet, a short lady wearing headgear, launching punches one after the other at lightning speed on the boxing bag. I was surprised. My God, at least one person is coming here at 5 o'clock, and look, what is she doing? She has left 2 little ones under the care of the children's father or her husband, and she is practicing in the boxing ring. Then I asked him, what is her name? What is the name of this lady? So he said, that is Mary Kom. And children, this is what is meant by discipline. Mary Kom, she was the greatest woman boxer India has ever produced, and she was even rated as world's #1 female light flyweight boxer by the International Boxing Association. She won a bronze medal in the 2012 Summer Olympics. Discipline requires self-control and focus. It's about consistently putting in the effort, day in and day out, to turn your dreams into reality. Now, I mentioned about 3 requirements. Number 1 is desire, number 2 is determination, and number 3 is discipline. And there's one more. What is that? It's dedication. And what do you mean by dedication? I'm sure you would have all learned this story in your middle school or maybe in primary school. You have heard about the story of Pandavas and Kauravas, who were trained in the art of archery by Dronacharya. And this guru taught the princes the art and science of archery. And one day he decided to test the skill of his disciples. He took them, all of them, to a forest, put a wooden dove on the branch of a tree, came out of the forest, crossed the river, and asked them to stand on the other side. And he said, the test is that you should shoot your arrow and you should hit the eye of the bird. And he first called Yudhishthira. He being the senior most, he was summoned first. He asked him, Yudhishthira, what do you see? And Yudhishthira is known as Dharmaputra. So he bowed before his guru and said, I see my guru. I see my brothers. I see a river flowing in front of me. I see a forest. I see a bird perched on the branch of a tree. Guru said, stop. Called Bhima, the second one. He also repeated the same. Then he called Nakula, Sahadeva. All said the same. All copied. Copying was prevalent even those days. And then he called the Kauravas. They also repeated. Finally, he called his own son, Ashwathama. He also repeated. He got fed up. And finally, he called his favorite disciple, Arjuna. And he asked Arjuna, what do you see? He said, I see only the eye of the bird. This is dedication. When you have a dream, when you are determined, when you have a disciplined strategy to achieve this, still you must need this dedication. You will get distracted when you travel along this path. You have got a long journey ahead of you. There could be many, many distractions, but always keep this in mind, my dear little ones. You might ask, sir, have you followed this 4 Ds in your life? Yes, I followed this even though nobody told me about these Ds when I was a child. I will tell you my own story. I was a student in Model High School, Trivandrum, in the late 60s. In the 7th standard, I was a class monitor. On the very first day, the class teacher came and, when we are in school, we'll be very anxious to know who's the class teacher. We want a nice, sweet teacher to be the class teacher. We don't want a strict man to be the class teacher, right? So unfortunately, we had a very tough teacher as our class teacher. He was nicknamed Hitler because he always used to carry a cane and he was very fond of beating the students for no rhyme or reason. And he used to comb his hair in the same style of Hitler. And he was also short-statured. His name was Sridharan Nair, but he didn't like being called as Sridharan Nair, sir. We should call him Hitler, sir. And he used to take pride of being something like Hitler. And he was our class teacher. We were all sad. And the first day, he said, okay, called me to the side and asked each of the students to get up, mention their name, from where they come, and what they want to become in the future. So each one got up. The first person said, I'm Parameshwaran, I'm from Thaikad, I want to become a doctor. Second one, I am Ashok, I want to become an engineer. Next, Mohanachandran, I want to become an engineer. Third, Thomas, I want to become a doctor. Everyone, one after the other, they said, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer. No other suggestions were made. Finally, one boy at the back got up and said, I want to become a pilot. So, sir was very happy. Then finally, my turn came. He asked me, and what is your plan? So I thought, let me butter this class teacher. And my mother being a teacher, I thought, I will say that I want to become a teacher. So I said, sir, I want to become a teacher. So I thought he would be very happy. But instead of being very happy, he looked at me from head to toe and said, if you have guts, become an IAS officer. Honestly, I didn't know what IAS meant. I didn't have the guts to ask him, sir, what do you mean by IAS? What if he beats me with his stick? That will be a shame. So I went home and I asked my elder brother, his name is Babu, and I asked him, brother, what do you mean by IAS? Mockingly, he looked at me and said, oh, you want to become an IAS officer? No, this will not work. You aim to become a bus conductor or a bank clerk. That's all we can achieve. We can't become an IAS officer. So I said, why? What is this? What is an IAS officer? What is he? She said, haven't you seen a white ambassador with a beacon light going, one person in a safari suit sitting at the back seat in a relaxed position and a policeman sitting in the front? I said, yeah, I have seen an ambassador car, white ambassador car with a board collector. What does he do? He collects money? So he said, no. He's the head of the district administration. He is all powerful. He can do anything in the district and he's all in all of the district. And he can even put miscreants in jail. So I said, oh, that'd be fantastic. Because I had some fellows to be put in jail. And even at that time, I wanted them to go to jail. So I thought, okay, if you become collector, then you can put some people in jail. So I said, yeah, that'd be a fantastic proposition. Why not we become an IAS? So my brother said, it's not possible, you see, be practical. How is it possible for us to write IAS exam? If you have to write an IAS exam, you need to be very proficient in English. You need to write exams in English language, and here you look at our house, we have only Malayalam Manorama, the Malayalam vernacular paper in our house. And we belong to an average Syrian Christian family, and the Syrian Christians are in the habit of reading only one paper, that is Malayalam Manorama. And they are also in the habit of keeping this paper and the Bible under the pillow, because they believe whatever is written in the Bible is true, and if anything is wrong, then they refer to Manorama. Say like, Bible doesn't mention about whom we should vote as the Chief Minister of Kerala. He doesn't mention whether I should vote for Pinarayi Vijayan or Mr. Umanchandi. Then what do? We refer to Manorama and take a decision. So this is a type of situation which prevailed in our house, and we were 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls. In addition to that, we had a dog by name Jimmy. We had a cat by name Billy. We had a cow by name Molly. And it had 2 little calves. And we had a number of nameless chicken. And there was a rooster always ready to harass the chicken for no rhyme or reason. So all of us lived together happily. So my brother said, no, it's not possible. First, what you should do is you try to read an English paper. Try to get one English paper. So we went around, and none of the houses subscribed to an English paper. Later we learned that there is a house which is in the main road which is subscribing to Indian Express. And so we went and made a request to the house owner to lend the English paper to us. So he said, no, I can't lend my paper. I have subscribed to this paper for my own purpose. It's not for your purpose. Sorry, I can't give to you. So we pleaded. We said, sir, please, at least for 1 hour, can you please lend your paper? Then he had second thoughts. Then he said, okay, the Sunday paper I will give you, but you have to read it and return to me within 1 hour. So we were very happy. So on every Sunday we go to church. It's like a small little battalion marching to the church. We got 7 of us with mother and all, we go together. And immediately after the Holy Mass, we used to run to this house, borrow the paper, and started reading it. So my brother said, no, you should keep a diary and write down all important events in the diary. And we didn't have one. So we tore off some papers from the notebook and tied it together with a tag and made it to a diary and started writing. Important events, important words, proverbs, good quotes. I still remember I written a quote by Thomas More, which said, literature is my utopia. So I found the quote very interesting. Without knowing what is utopia, I had no idea. And then I went and asked my class teacher, sir, what is utopia? What does it mean? Then he said, it means that it's a place where you want to reach, but you can never reach. So the great Thomas More, the man of great learning, says that literature is my utopia. I can never become a man of letters. This is what he meant, even though he later became a great man of letters. So then I started writing like this. My interest was mainly in the sports page and also in the last page, which had a lot of cartoons. We had Mandrake the Magician, Phantom, Dennis the Menace, and the other cartoons. It was the only sheet which was in color. So I used to read all that. My brother used to write all important events. And he also used to read the editorials and start culling out some important facts from the editorials and wrote it. And we started preparing for the IAS. Then my brother said, you can't be an IAS, you can't become an IAS officer if you are a bookworm. You need to be an all-rounder. You need to be good in sports, you need to be good in arts. So I was not a great sports person, even though I like sports very much. So then I thought, okay, I will go and play with my friends. Football I liked very much, but I didn't want to play as a forward. Because what will happen? They will foul you. And I said, I will rather be a goalkeeper, because that is the safest position. Nobody will touch you. When the ball comes, if you learn, you move to one side, the ball will enter the goal post. So I became the goalkeeper, and I don't know how many goals I left. Then started playing cricket, and then I told my friends, no, please be merciful. You should send lollipops, and then I will hit. I will hit some 10, 20 runs, and then you can throw some, smart balls and get me out. So started playing cricket, started playing badminton, because you want to become an all-rounder, a jack of all trades. And you also want to show your skills in arts. So I gave my name for essay writing, for elocution, for debate, for mono act, for fancy dress, and whatnot. I didn't know anything about it. And I never got a prize in my school. Later, I was very curious. I must get a prize. And that was a time when my mother, who was a teacher in a girls' high school, the biggest girls' high school in Asia is in Trivandrum. It's called Cotton Hill Girls' High School. So she was a teacher there. So one day she came home and asked me, son, do you want to come for our annual day? So I said, yes. How can I say no? Getting invited to attend an annual day in a girls' school. If you say no, then you are not a boy. So I said, yes, I want to come. So she took me to the school, and on the way to the school, she told me that our chief guest today is an IAS officer, and you should listen to his speech. He speaks beautifully well in Malayalam, and you should listen to him, and when you grow big, speak like him. So I was very curious. I thought, okay, I will listen to this IAS officer. He was a director of public education, and he spoke really well. And after every 2 minutes, he used to quote a Sanskrit shloka and explain it. And that was the speciality of his speech. I got thoroughly confused. My God, if you have to become an IAS, you must also learn Sanskrit. English I can manage, but Sanskrit I just couldn't. But then I had to become an IAS. So the next day morning, I went to school, met my class Malayalam teacher, and asked him whether he can teach me a Sanskrit shloka. So he said, oh, bring your book. And he wrote a nice shloka on the back side of my notebook. And he wrote, Nattoham kame rajyam, na sorgam na punarbhava, praninam dukkhataptanam kame dukkhanashanam. And I don't know ABCD of what he wrote. So I asked him, so what does it mean? So he said, Nattoham kame rajyam. I don't want rajya. I don't want to be a ruler. Na sorga. I don't want heaven. Nattoham kame rajyam. Na sorgam na punarbhava. I don't even want rebirth. And Praninam dukkhataptanam kame dukkhanashinam. My aim is to wipe out the tears of my fellow human beings. Beautiful shloka. So I liked it very much. I learned it by heart. And I wanted to, recite it somewhere. And, there no chances came. And one day a chance came. They said there's an elocution competition, inter-school competition, and I was asked to represent my school. I grabbed this opportunity. And I thought, okay, in this competition, I will recite this Sanskrit shloka. I know just 5 minutes before they will tell you the topic. So we were taken to a side room and I was given the topic, India's economic problems. I didn't know anything about it. So I thought, okay, come what or may, I will recite this shloka. So I came to the dais and then said, Nattuham kame rajyam, na sargam na punarbhava, pranina dukkhataptanam kame dukkhanashana. The judges were perplexed. They didn't know anything about it. They thought this boy is great. My God, look at the way, the courage with which he is quoting Sanskrit. I got the first prize. and that was the beginning. Once I got the first prize, I knew how to cheat these judges. You don't get carried away by the presence of great learned people sitting before you. No, nothing. You can always handle them. You need to have some tricks like this. I tell you, if you come and meet me, I will tell you more tricks. And I started getting prizes, and finally I got the Best Speaker Award in the School Youth Festival in 71, and later I got the Best Debater Award in the InterVarsity debate held in Varthai in 1977. I got a gold medal and 10,000 rupees. When I rang up my father and said, Father, I got a prize, 10,000 rupees. He said, no, how can it be? For 10-minute speech, you get 10,000 rupees? It can't be. Then I showed him the draft. And instead of giving it back to me or by helping me, he went and bought a piece of land with that money. Then my brother said, no, you need to read a lot. We started going to the library. We borrowed a cycle and we used to cycle all the way to the library, public library in Trivandrum, started reading books, and slowly we started building up our repertoire. And, my dear friends, I was determined that after my MA exam, I should also write the IAS. In 79, I passed out of my college, and 79 exam I wrote, the IAS civil service exam I wrote, and the results came in 1980. And when the results came, there was only one person from Kerala who qualified for the IAS, and that was me. So this is what you can achieve if you have a dream, if you are determined, if you follow a disciplined approach, and if you are dedicated, you can achieve success. The journey to success is not easy, my dear little ones. But with desire, determination, discipline, and dedication, you can overcome any obstacle and achieve your goals. Dream big, stay determined, maintain discipline, and be dedicated. These 4 Ds will guide you on the path to success and help you realize your fullest potential. As you step into the future, hold on to these principles and let them guide you. Be fearless, be curious, and be compassionate. The world is waiting for your unique voice and your remarkable talents. Go forth and shine brightly and lead like a North Star into a future shrouded with impenetrable uncertainties. May God bless you. Thank you.